Time now to dive between the lines, presented by Bet Rivers. Blake Murphy with me, rocking the WNBA Times Make Way fit on Women's Day because he's such a gem. I love it. I, on the other hand, Blake, always have mixed emotions when we see Kawhi Leonard. Not sure ever how to feel. And he's had Toronto's number since he left to LA, 5-0. So will OG have his number?
You hope so. He's been having everyone else's number of late. Nikola Jokic, one of the lowest usage games we've seen from him. Bradley Beal twice. DeMar DeRozan, Bojan Bogdanovic. OG is basically the guy who turns superstars into lower usage players. Now, the complicating factor with the Clippers, as much as they have been up and down and they've struggled a little bit, 79-34 when Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are both available. So if OG snuffs out Kawhi, still got Paul George to worry about.
Big picture, Pascal Siakam, always superstar status. You could almost chalk him up for 25 plus every game, but a bit of a dip lately. And why do you think that is?
I think it has something to do with how much the Raptors have been running their offense through a Jakob Poeltl and Fred VanVleet action. Now, that's been a really good action. It's a great way to start your offense and get into it, but it's been an adjustment period for Pascal Siakam. How does he get his shots around that? How does he get them efficiently? The biggest issue, I think, has been the aggression in getting to the rim. So averaging fewer than 3 free throw attempts per game over this 5-game dip. In addition, only 8 attempts at the rim in 153 minutes sharing the floor with Fred and Jakob Poeltl. That's about a 60% decrease in how often he normally gets the rim. If he can't do that, he's at least got to be the type of playmaker we saw in the second Wizards game where he had 8 assists despite not having a great shooting night.
Paul George has also had to adjust as a playmaker with different contributors coming into this Clippers lineup. He's also saying he's almost 100%, which is a good thing for PG.
After years of not being 100%. He's been terrific, and he's, ever since he got to LA, a 94th percentile or better playmaker among wings. Kawhi Leonard's playmaking usage has come down a little bit with Russell Westbrook there. Paul George's has not. And one of the fun things about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, we can look at stats and see how different teammates shoot off of passes from each other. Well, Paul George, great at setting Kawhi Leonard up. Kawhi Leonard, great at setting Paul George up. So even with Paul George working in facilitator mode, still a good bet to knock down threes and get his 20 or so points.
Can be noted, though, the Clippers prone to brain farts, kind of like the Raptors can be, especially in late scenarios. So will this be chaos?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It'll help us stay awake. 51-point quarter given up to the Grizzlies the other day, and then they somehow come back in the fourth. They're a tough team to figure out. One thing you can figure out, and Danielle, I feel like I say this every time we do this, run. The Raptors, one of the best transition offenses in basketball. The Clippers, among the worst transition defenses. So get moving.
Can confirm, get moving, bolded, underlined, every email from Blake. Thank you. Yeah, in that last meeting, despite the loss, the Raps outscored the Clippers 24-11 in fast break points. So some speed will be a weapon for them tonight as they get set for this one. On the other side, some closing thoughts before tip-off from Crypto.com Arena. Stay with us here on Sportsnet.